Hi, this is our story about Teton Middle School's continuous improvement. Our total enrollment has increased over the past few years. Historically, it's been a few kids each year. However, this year for 2018-2019, our total enrollment is 464 students, so we've had a large increase of students in this current school year. Most of the population is spread evenly among the grades 6, 7, and 8. Up until this year, most of our growth has actually been in the 6th grade. Our male population is a little bit larger than our female population, and we're a little more than 30% Hispanic students. We have a little more than 2% multiracial students, and then the remaining population are white students. We have 36% of our students come from low income families, which is why our school is a Title I school. We have 13% of our population as students learning English. We have less than 2% from migrant families. However, they're mostly full-time families. We have 9% student population with disabilities. We have less than 2% from military families and less than 2% of students in foster care. Our teachers have a lot of experience. We have 4% of our teachers have 0 to 1 years experience, 4% for 2 to 3 years experience, 4% for 4 to 5 years experience, and teachers with 6 or more years experience is 88%. We also have a really high rate of retention of teachers in our school, which is great. Teton Middle School is a great place to work, and it shows by our teacher retention rates. From the state data dashboard, you can see our student engagement data. Our school takes surveys information from students, parents, as well as staff. On the state data dashboard, the overall student engagement is listed as 59.2%. The state data dashboard does not give us information on the staff survey or parent survey. However, in our community, we just passed a school bond, and we needed 66.6% of voter approval to pass our 2 school bonds. And our first bond for $30 million actually passed with 79%. And our second bond for $7.2 million was passed by 77%. And I believe that this does show that our community perception is high and that they do support what we're doing at Teton Middle School. Where we are now, if you look at our ISAT achievement test, which is the state achievement test, you can see that actually that our trend line has been in a downward trend. And this, we believe in part, is due to our district's decision to focus on the MAP achievement test. Our district has decided that they would like to have a stable data point within our entire district K-12. So they've gone to using the MAP test. And if you look here on the screen, you can see, for example, if you come to 7th grade, you can see that the growth percentile, 35% growth, 2% growth, but then again, last year, 97% growth. And that trend is true for almost all the grades across those 3 years, which shows that that has been our focus in our district. And because of that focus, you can see that those scores have improved on the map. Why we exist is to educate our students. At Teton Middle School, each department has put together their mission statements. And for math, it talks about specific math things that they specifically, because they're the math experts, what they bring to the students and why they exist. The same with the English and literacy department. We also have these statements for the science and social studies departments, as well as our electives and our specialists departments. Where we want to be is Teton Middle School wants to be a safe and innovative organization that empowers each student and staff to develop a foundation of self-efficacy, build relationships, overcome challenges, strengthen their grit and resilience, and recognize their potential. This truly is the vision for Teton Middle School. So what are the gaps? In our school, the gaps in student achievement are very clear. If you look at these ISAT results for English and language arts and literacy, you can see that our gap between proficiency and non-proficiency definitely comes between the white population and our Hispanic or Latino student population. Our Hispanic and Latino population have historically scored lower than our white population, and they're also our low-income families. Students learning English as well as students with disabilities historically have scored lower than the rest of the population. If you look at the mathematics data, again, it's the same thing. Although our school focus wasn't on ISATs, our student overall achievement still shows the same trends, that our Hispanic and Latino population are the population that is not being reached and is not gaining that proficiency. The same thing with science, and where 7th grade is the only grade tested in science, that's why we only have that much information. So where we can get where we want to be is part of our strategic plan in our district. Part of our strategic plan is to provide data-driven professional development efforts, and those are all explained in detail throughout our strategic plan. We have goals and strategies, including initiatives, and one of those goals is for overall student achievement. And within that goal, we have 4 strategies. And within each of those strategies, there are 6 to 17 different initiatives that we are currently pushing forward with. We will implement this improvement through first using a universal screener and identifying all of our students and the tier they belong in. We will also utilize our teaming class hours. You can see here each grade level has a teaming hour built into each day that we meet together to have these important data discussions. In order to evaluate our efforts, we will also use this teaming time every day to have discussions amongst the teams, as well as the special ed department coming into the teaming meeting once a week and evaluating our instruction and assessment information. We will also evaluate our efforts by meeting as a data committee. As you can see here, we have a couple screenshots from our master calendar showing that we meet as a data committee every couple of weeks, and as our leadership team, we meet every 2 weeks. And this is an automated meeting that happens, and these are the discussions we have there. Thank you for watching this continuous improvement plan, and I hope that together we can make Teton Middle School an even better place to work.